What? Can't hear you.
It's working. Oh, I'm sure it is. Okay. This is one of our last. You go to his website. And you look at it. I don't think.
Hey Ray, can you lead us in pledge when I start the meeting in a half a second? I appreciate you, sir. Good to see you. Could we please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? Being led by Ray.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Your flashlight's up in the front.
I was just checking to see if you're awake. Thank you. Okay, welcome to the second ordinary meeting of the month of July 2026 for the Village of Ballston Board of Trustees. Got a lot of minutes to go through here, so can I get a motion to approve the June 22nd, 2026 meeting minutes?
Approve? I'll make the motion.
Trustee DeVue. I'll give it to Trustee Dunkelbarger. Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Can I get a motion to approve the July 13th, 2026 meeting minutes?
I'll make the motion.
Trustee Price Bush.
Second.
Trustee Dunkelbarger. Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Can I get a motion to approve the July 22nd, 2026 special meeting minutes?
I'll make
Trustee Dubuque.
Second.
Trustee Dunkelbarger. Discussion. All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. No presentations. Public comment on agenda items only. Note that we did add number 6 late today due to a kind of late scenario with our Chevy Tahoe for, I think it was Chief Crow's vehicle. So consent agenda 6 is a new one to pay for deductible for insurance purposes. Other than that, public comment. And I see your hand, Liz. 1 second, just to remind the folks on Zoom that it's a good time to raise your hand if you would like to have a public comment on agenda items only. Liz.
Liz Cormos, 89 Hyde. I have comments on 2 items. On K, which is about approving an additional retainer of $2,500 for Fisher Associates. I'd like to know how much Fisher has made on the whole zoning process, including this retainer. Because I really believe that could have been some savings in both time and dollars if the zoning committee had been allowed to complete its work. On the second comment is on motion M, approving the attached resolution relating to parking schedules in the village. I'd like to know what remains to be done to finish the parking code, if anything, and to hire personnel to enforce it. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Yes, Liz Biddle.
Hi everyone, Liz Biddle, 113 Fairgrounds. I don't know what letter it is, but I just thought
Just tell me what it is.
It's not a concern. I just wanted to express my support for the Little Free Library at Westlaw. I know my neighbor around the corner built it. He showed me a picture of it, and I think it'll fit in very nicely there. So I was really excited that you guys had that on here.
7B.
Okay.
Gotcha.
And then for the M, for the parking, I just had a question because I was trying to read through the attachment. So was the first page like all of the streets that you can't park on? Like, because I saw my street was on there. And it said like fairground like both sides, but it's not like all the way down on my portion, it doesn't have signs all the way down on both sides. So I wondered if you guys were going to do updated signs and new signs on those areas. And also, I was just curious, like, is there an actual fee schedule of like how much a parking ticket's going to be?
It's by infraction. And it's in the code. I think it's $50 for the first infraction, 100 within a certain period of time, and then 200, I think, from there on.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yep. Handicaps are more. Actually, they're especially accepted as a special plus on that.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Hi, can I get a waiver?
You've got a waiver. Go. Waiver. Waive.
Unless you got a few minutes.
So waived.
Couple questions. On the.
Who are you is my question.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's been that long. Rayon, 16 Middlebrook Avenue. Speaking of Middlebrook, I noticed the tree maintenance contract that was in there. What needs to be done in order for a resident to put in to have tree maintenance done or a stump ground out from in front of their house? I don't know what the process is, and people on my street come to me because I've been there forever, and I don't know what that process is. And we have 2 stumps up at the west end that are nasty. It really would be nice to get them out.
Are they considered a street tree in terms of between the sidewalk and the street?
The sidewalk.
Okay, we'll definitely call up Jen to review those because just to be clear, the RFQ thing you're saying is related to the tree grant and the handling of that. So we have to use an RFQ process to get somebody hired on to utilize those grant dollars. So that's more for like the downtown zone over here that we're doing that for. But if in the regular practice, if there's a street tree obstruction, then we have to go look at it. Yep.
Okay. Secondly, similar to what you were talking about, the parking. I noticed on Middlebrook there it says no parking allowed on the north or on the south side at all, and on the north side for residents only. And is that something new that's being instituted on our street? Because it's never been that way. There has been a resident parking only, again, on the west end by those 2 tree stumps. But that was only when the call center was over at the old school, because they were parking all over the street there and causing problems. But I never knew that the whole street was that way. Plus, if there's no parking on either side, that's going to affect Union Firehouse, any of the events they have there, including, even like wedding showers and those kind of things. If they do any dinners, nobody can park on either side. And I don't know that that was discussed with any of the residents of the street.
I believe what ended up happening here, Glenn Bowers was our Johnny on the spot with doing all this by hand essentially, but he also relied on what DPW's files had for pre-existing street prohibitions. And so there may be a blend of that going on. I'm happy to withdraw or amend for tonight's purposes because I see what your point is on Middlebrook. We can always eliminate that one for now and then go back and check to see what is there or isn't there, and then re-add at a later date, correct, on the schedule?
You can. Middlebrook does allow parking.
For residents only.
No.
I may be reading it wrong.
Give me a page.
Page 51.
It may just be the way. It's no parking resident only, but then underneath it, it's from intersection of Milton Ave to 465 feet west for 175 feet. That's where there's no parking for anyone. It could just be the way it was presented.
Yeah, I think that's.
Yeah, if you go 465 feet from Milton Avenue with no parking, that's basically.
Yeah, that would be the stretch where people normally park for chicken barbecue or something like that, which was there is no signage there prohibiting that from what I've seen. So, well, okay, we can pop that out if necessary and then go back and re-add it. And anything else, sir? Sorry.
No, that was it.
Thank you.
Like I said, people come to me.
Yep. I'm going to start coming to you with questions. Okay, anybody else? Yes, Mike.
Good evening, thank you. Mike Iacolucci, 3 Encore Drive. A couple of questions and comments on 2 separate ideas and motions. First, with respect to connections to the village water. About 13 or 14 years ago, while living on Russell Street, just outside the village proper, I had asked the then mayor about us connecting to village water because we were on a well. And the response I got was that it would cost, conservatively, from the then mayor's perspective, $8,000 to $10,000 for me to do that. We did not do that. So my question here is simply, today, when an applicant wishes to connect to village water, does the applicant pay fees to make that happen, or pay for the costs of connecting to make it happen? And if so, how are the revenues and where are the revenues reported? And then another comment from my side just on the parking schedule. I only read through this quickly, and Martha will attest that my spatial reasoning is pretty horrible. So I just found it a little bit difficult to picture where these restrictions, where the various explanations actually apply. If the right people have looked at it and are comfortable with all the language, great. For me personally, looking at it quickly, I had a real tough time figuring out what was where. Thank you.
I think the dang lawyer looked at this one.
Not with the feet at
No,
all, that's.
No, but
with-
I think he's talking more just the general, how they apply to the code itself.
I don't think that's what it
Is it? What do you mean, Mike? I don't want to
Well,
misconstrue.
at one point, I thought I saw something that said the parking restriction would be in place 185 feet to 44 feet.
That's based
Right.
on existing signage or paint in those situations. So what Glenn did was measured where the paint was or where the sign was on the road that started the restrictions in those cases.
Related to existing
Right.
signage or.
Or where historically there has been, the Middlebrook may be one of those anomalies where the signs somehow got removed and we're not sure, so we'll take a better look at that one. But Glenn did literally walk these streets to make that happen for us. Yes, Ellie, sorry. No, you're fine. Oh, Mike, your water. Let me get his answer.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
I was going to follow up with that.
Yep. It's the applicant that bears the expense. So in fact, there's somebody else in Brussels that's been kind of demanding we give them water. They're 375 feet from the nearest main or thereabouts, and we basically had to explain to them that you're going to have to bear the expense of getting to the next main, but you also have to pay in $300 for a labella letter to say that there's enough pressure, etc. And if you become a water customer, we'll credit that toward the escrow for $400 to become an individual water customer. That process all gets a little bit better handled once we go to water district, consolidated water district, which we're trying to finish up right now with Milton. So what I'm telling you is a temporary thing that we've been doing for a couple of years, but will be ending soon. Once consolidated water districts go in, technically all we do is show up and collect a tap fee and get the fees from the town for serving water and maintain the infrastructure to the degree that there's an agreement to do so, a water district basically agreement with us. So there's that for you.
Okay, just quickly, getting back to Fisher Associates, and I see the word completion of the zoning code draft. I'm getting excited. Is it ready?
Not yet. That's why we're doing this, actually.
So we're just giving
I'm
more
getting
money.
excited too.
We're just,
Well, no, we expended what was left in the.
so do you think
retainer.
it'll be this fall?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Thank you.
Anything else?
Yeah, what are we memorializing
In which one?
in the K?
1 second. That is the.
Memorializing the additional retainer.
That means essentially we have to sign something that says you're getting $25 more. No, just the tree that printed the money.
Okay, thank you.
We have somebody on the screen, I see. Sure.
Here we go, Lisa Spidell.
Okay. Go ahead, Lisa.
Good evening, everybody. I'm not sure because I haven't really looked into it too much, but with the water, with Ballston Carpet and Tile, as well as the Rossi address, I'm curious, they're outside of the village, if I'm correct. And I'm curious of how the pay scale is going to work, being that they're outside of the village. It sounds like you answered the question that they have to pay for their own hookups. Are they going to be paying 3 times the amount as other folks do that live outside of the village, such as the town of Ballston, over by Stewart's and all of Curry Court and Martin Ave and all that? They pay 3 times the amount. Is that going to be the same thing? And also with that, I'm curious to know, I think on the one side, Fairground Village Apartments is on Village Water as well. Is this going to feed off of that, and will that affect them? And are they paying 3 times the amount? Just curious where we stand with that. That's all.
Lisa, it's no longer 3 times the rate because we had taken storm sewer money, moved it into the A account, and then took a reduction in sewer fee, and we heightened water fee. So technically, it's now at 2.8-ish times the rate. But that is the universal outside rate of water is 2.8 or whatever the fee schedule is. There's just one single fee schedule.
My mom's latest bill was exactly 3 times the amount of my water. She doesn't get sewer; she only gets water.
Should be as of this bill, if it wasn't the last one. I'm trying to think back what the timing was,
Okay.
but it ends up being at 2.8 at this
Okay,
point.
but that's going to follow through.
I'm sorry?
That's going to follow through for this as well. For each of these, they're going to be paying the 2.8% more. Okay.
Every outside connection that pays the same rate. Yes.
Okay, that's all. Thank you very much.
You got it. Anybody else? And that's it. Can I ask if anybody would like anything from the consent agenda removed for individual consideration? Seeing nobody excited to do so, I will say, can I get a motion to approve the consent agenda items?
I'll make the motion.
Trustee Price-Bush.
A second.
Trustee Dunkelbarger, discussion. All in favor?
Aye. Opposed?
Motion carries. Can I get a motion to approve Ballston Spa carpet and tile to hook up to Village Water at 2128-2130 Doubleday Avenue? LaBelle Engineering has approved this connection.
I'll make the motion.
Trustee Price-Bush. Trustee Dubuque, discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Can I get a motion to authorize the Department of Public Works to install a little free library in Wiswall Park? Trustee Dubuque.
Second.
Trustee Dunkelbarger, discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Can I get a motion to approve for payment motion to approve payment to Fund 1 Entertainment for Family Fun Day Bounce Houses for the amount of $7,497 for August 16th for Family Fun Day, and to authorize the mayor to execute any agreement related.
I'll make the motion.
Trustee Price-Bush.
I'll second.
Trustee Dubuque, discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Can I get a motion to approve payment to the Saratoga County History Center for the amount of $1,167.50 for concerts at Brookside?
Make that motion.
Trustee Dunkelbarger.
Second.
Trustee Price-Bush, discussion. Charlene, you're going to, I'm going to assume, not vote on this. So I will be required to vote on this one when I say all in favor.
Aye.
And aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Can I get a motion to approve Ballston Spa's Front Street Art Fair to be held August 22nd from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. and considering setup and breakdown from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Insurance and all paperwork have been provided to the clerk. Trustee Dubuque.
I'll second.
Trustee Price-Bush, discussion, and thanks to the Committee on the Arts. Go. You want to add anything else?
No, yeah, just, I'll say it in my report.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Can I get a motion to approve the library to pay roof scan $2,800 to complete the asbestos sampling and testing on the porch roof?
Make that motion.
Trustee Dunkelbarger.
I'll second.
Trustee Price-Bush, discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Can I get a motion to approve the purchase of a commercial copier for Village Hall from Repeat Business for the amount of $5,886.10, but via lease payments for $183.72 per month, which includes service, which is $71.45 a month of that amount, and authorizing the mayor to finalize the signed agreement and declaring the existing Village Hall sharp copier as surplus.
Make the motion.
Trustee Price-Bush. Trustee Dubuque, discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Can I get a motion to approve the RFQ bid by Earth Care Incorporated for street tree maintenance for $47,950 and authorizing the mayor to execute any agreement related to the relationship between the village and the company after village attorney approval? Trustee Dubuque.
I'll second.
Trustee Dunkelbarger, discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Can I get a motion to approve the professional service agreement between Labella and the Village of Ballston Spa for annual engineering services for 2026-2027?
Make that motion.
Trustee Dunkelbarger.
I'll second.
Trustee Price Bush, discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Can I get a motion to approve the professional services agreement between Labella and the Village of Ballston Spa for grant services and authorizing the mayor to execute the agreement?
I'll make the motion.
Trustee Price Bush. Trustee Dubuque, discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Can I get a motion to approve an additional retainer of $2,500 for Fisher Associates for services related to the completion of zoning code draft and approval, and authorizing the mayor to execute a document memorializing the additional retainer?
I'll make the motion.
Trustee Price Bush.
I'll second.
Trustee Dunkelbarger, discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Skipping to M, can I get a motion approving the attached resolution related to the parking schedules in the Village of Ballston Spa entitled Adoption of Parking Schedules Pursuant to Village Code 192, but removing for the time being Millbrook Avenue South and North?
I'll make the motion.
Trustee Price Bush.
Second.
Trustee Dunkelbarger, discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Paul, would you take over because I cannot do L, if you could read?
Sure. Accept the motion to allow Rosemary Rossi to connect the village water system at Aldrich Road, Milton. Tax map parcel 20221.1-8.1, lot 1, lot 2, lot 3, lot 4. Approval has been given by Labella Engineering contingent on water main extension, SEOH approval.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Paul, just to be clear, since you're
Yes.
technically chair, you're voting yes on that, so, okay, just to be clear on that vote. Okay, good job for a second there, Mayor. And I believe that is it. And Mayor's announcements, nothing additional to announce. My voice is a little hoarse from getting excited about the fair all week, so I'll give that a rest. But I did have Treasurer's report up on my screen a second ago, and here it is. Utility bills will be arriving on Saturday, August 1st. Please keep an eye out for them in your mailbox and be aware that they are due on August 31st without penalties added. The summary of estimated billing for 2026-2, it was included, about $542 for water and for $133 for sewer for a total of $676. Sales tax distribution, tax receipts were, let's see, 9.69% higher than last year's July for the county. And the year to date, the 5 months is up about 9.21%. Those Ball Spa will receive about $149,264. That's an encouraging number, actually, for still that time of year, which reflects back to May or thereabouts, I believe. Property tax collection as of July 15, 2026, totaled just over $2 million in total. Well, let's go to liaison reports. Mary.
Okay. All right. For the library on Tuesday, July 28th from 2 to 3, you can join AARP Senior Planet Zoom presentation for their digital skills services and learn how to be safe and savvy with smartphone habits and use. This is free to the public. Their wonderful Wednesday program on July 29th from 3 to 4 is Read, Race, Draw. And this week's theme, author Martha Raleigh Winston will read a children's book about a racehorse and give art lesson in how to draw any horse. This program is open to grades 2 through 6 and is limited to 30 children. So stop in or call to register. And the library book sale will take place August 7th and 8th in the community room. The preview sale is Friday, August 7th from 4 to 7, and the book sale will be held Saturday, August 8th from 10 a.m. until 3 p.m. The Office of Saratoga County Department of Aging and Youth Services announced that their annual senior picnic will be held at the Saratoga County Fairgrounds on September 10th, and more information will follow. Family Fun Day, again, Sunday, August 16th, quiet hours
2 to 3 p.m. General public is open from 3 p.m. with fireworks following at the end of the night. Food and craft vendors will be in attendance, including Operation Adopt a Soldier and the Friends of the Library, among many others.
And Charlene.
All right, the Historic District Commission will meet this Wednesday, July 29th at 7 p.m. at 90 East High Street. Committee on the Arts, their next meeting is Wednesday, August 12th at 7 p.m. right here in the library. And as you saw on the agenda, we just approved the art fair. So that's scheduled for August 22nd. Right now it's scheduled for 12 to 4. Check their Facebook page for updates on like the full lineup of events and whether or not you're interested in volunteering or helping out. George Long is running everything, and it's just going to be a really fun event and something new for the village. So we're all looking forward to that. And Park and Tree will meet Tuesday, August 18th at 7 p.m. at the Cornell Cooperative Conference Room. And that's all I have for tonight.
Oh,
I missed my meeting with Officer Kearns this week.
Officer Kearns.
About DPW.
Kurt, have you met Officer Kearns?
About the DPW updates, but I do know for a fact that they've been out prepping more of the streets that they're going to pave this fall. And then I met with the committee for the traffic calming study on Friday. They have selected a consultant to do our work. It's Barton and LaJudas, and the award letter is going out, I think, early this week. More updates on that shortly.
Thanks, sir. Any old business, new business, as none is listed? Seeing none, public comment on any issue, 3 minutes. I see Liz's hand in my right peripheral.
Liz Cormos, 89 Hyde. First of all, related to the previous comments, you did not answer either question, how much Fisher has been paid and will be paid, and what remains to be done on the parking code such that it can be enforced. So you did answer others' questions, but not mine. So I feel somewhat slighted.
Enforcement, I could have given you that one. Fisher, I don't have the bills right in front of me, so they're usually included with the agendas. So feel free to go back, look at those. But we're somewhere in the 90 to 100 range total over these years. And a lot of it was expended earlier on, and he only gets paid when we send him to do an edit round. So it wouldn't matter who is doing it. Edit rounds are necessary by everybody, and Carla also has been assisting with that. With respect to enforcement, this is what makes it enforceable. So Officer Nolan can go out and write a ticket right now if he'd like, and they'll be ordering some new ticket books, I believe, to issue tickets specific to it. But currently, the old ticket books we have, they can write in miscellaneous, the part of the code that is in violation of. So they'll have that ability as well.
So there's no other action on the board's part to implement?
At some point, we will probably get a PEO. It's a little late in the summer to try that attempt because that's the use of the prime season to do that. So it'll probably be next year we'll get a PEO. So for now, if they see something in a crosswalk or whatever, they've already been able to write a ticket technically. So we're going to be actually warning the community after tonight. This is going to be enforced. We'll give probably a little bit of a grace for a week or two, and then we'll go full bore into making sure these signs are being respected finally.
Okay. Now, topic on public comment on the issue. On July 22nd, you held a special meeting and approved 3 contracts with cell providers. You didn't include a copy of those contracts in the attachments because I looked as late as today. And so I don't know what's in them, but one of the comments that Lisa Spidel made was there was no decommissioning. She believes, I'd like to know, is there any decommissioning language in there? I know the village will own the tower, and you did provide some essential terms, but it's not the details. It's not the whole contract. Decommissioning could cost between $25,000 and $75,000. So, and there's signs that will be replacing the technology in the next, 5 to 10 years. So I assume the tower would need to be stripped of the equipment and, and the tower itself. What's recommended is that you have a bond or a letter of credit with financial guarantees that the cell carriers will remove the equipment and potentially could also take the tower down. So my question really is, are those terms in those contracts? And if not, why not?
People would like to?
I can. I
Go ahead.
said it at the last meeting, but as I indicated, the terms of the contract, the 19 pages have been drafted, and it was only 2 contracts that were approved. It was 2 lease agreements, not 3, and because there's already been a lease agreement that's out there and has been there for a year or so, signed and in place. And at this point, because they are draft agreements, we're not able to release them completely because there are terms in there that have not yet been agreed upon with respect to specific language, not with respect to the essential terms. We're still in the process daily with working with them. There's a lot of regulatory issues that we have to deal with, that the carriers are working on, that the carriers are going up the flagpole, down the flagpole. All of that is still in place. The reason we had to have authority for the mayor to sign the lease with the essential terms was to begin the internal process with the cell carriers to go through the regulatory, the regulatory permitting.
So there won't be another vote.
The mayor has authority to sign lease agreements. You can foil them when they're done.
Shouldn't happen.
Okay, anybody else? Liz Biddle, come on down.
Okay.
When's Geek Squad going to talk?
What's that?
When's Geek Squad going to talk?
He's not. That's why. Oh, no. Oh, let's 13 for you.
He and I are Geek Squad, for those that don't know. Yep.
I just have a couple BSBPA things that I wanted to put out there. So this coming up Thursday the 30th at Old Iron Spring, we have a concert going on. It's the Mr. E Band. And then next Thursday, we have the Ice Cream Social, which I hope you're all going to come scoop ice cream for us. That's at 6 p.m. at Iron Spring. We'll have the Union Fire Company band, that one. And then the next night, we have the movie at Westfall Park. We'll have a Goofy movie going on, and we will have the band camp coming beforehand. They're going to do their recital, probably around 6 o'clock. And then we wanted to remind everybody about Peach Fest on August 15th. And everybody knows how great that was last year, so we're hoping to have another awesome turnout. That'll be from 9 to 1 p.m. at Westwall Park on the regular time of the farmers market. That's it.
Thank you. Anybody else? Ellie?
Ellie Dillon, 116 Malta Avenue. This is just, if something can be done. The intersection where Coffee Planet is, you can turn on right on light. And people come whipping down.
Wait, you can turn right on right there, you're saying?
Yeah. Oh, no, you can't coming down that way. But you can. I don't know how it is, but I get caught so many times crossing with the little white hand, and somebody's coming through trying to get around you and go up the Milton Avenue. And it's dangerous. And I'm just wondering if there's anything.
Officer?
We need you there. No, but you're right. There is a
no right on red that they put about 2 years ago, maybe?
But they ignore it or something, because every time we cross, I have to look over my shoulder for the car that's coming around you to go up. And I see you shaking your hand. And I see these little kids with their parents, and they have the white little hand, and they think they're safe. And they're not. And little old ladies. I don't know if there is a solution. In Northampton, they close, in Massachusetts, they have a four-way red. And they go dee, 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 and you can
that is a Dear DOT letter at the end of the day, because that's going to not be us.
Everybody crosses at once, and then it's done.
Good idea.
It's an interesting idea for sure. Imagine how the drivers would be honking at people. I saw, yes, Mike, go ahead. Sorry. It's a peripheral. I see something happening over here.
Thank you. Mike Icalucci, 3 Encore Drive. Just a couple comments about John Street and the monopole. First, thank you for getting notices out on Facebook and on the village website about closing John Street.
Hey, that was because of you.
Well,
and others.
I think many people appreciate it. It does help just to avoid the frustration of dealing with not being able to proceed. With the monopole, I just have a few comments. I understand that the mayor concluded a couple years ago that the cell equipment had to come off the tank in order to restore the tank, and that placing the equipment back on the tank was a non-starter. I want to point out that technology has changed since the original installation of cell equipment on the tank, and it is possible that a tank can have cell equipment without compromising the tank. No effort was made to consider this possibility. Even though the representative from USG said in May 2024 that USG could oversee replacement of cellular equipment on the tank and put responsibility for any subsequent damage to the tank on the carrier. The mayor has said the monopole has a value of $350,000, and the carriers are giving it to the village at no cost. The attachments to the July 22 special meeting show agreements with Verizon and T-Mobile, with rents from those two totaling approximately $5,000 per month. I looked back the last several months, not a full year. I couldn't find AT&T.
2,500 is that one.
The AT&T?
Yep.
Okay. So basically, total rents are projected to be about $7,500 per month. The lease terms, all three apparently, have renewal options, 3 renewal options, each for 5 years. So potentially, the leases could extend out 20 years.
10% escalator on each of those, just to be clear.
Understood.
Yep.
I think Liz Cormos might have made a comment along this line. Cell technology seems to be changing pretty consistently and perhaps quickly. So personally, I'm not sure that anyone can count on 20 years worth of lease payments from the carriers for the monopole. And the mayor has also indicated the value of the monopole and leases, I believe, is $1.5 million.
1.4, I think I said thereabouts, yeah, give or take.
So one question I think bears consideration is, what can the village do with the monopole other than lease space on it to mobile carriers? Second point I'd just like to make on the value of $1.5 million.
Just to give you 30 seconds. Well, sorry.
Thank you. I could see with escalating rents continuing over 20 years' time, reaching a present value of approximately $1.4 million. Again, personally, I would not feel comfortable taking that sort of present value to the bank, given the uncertainty of the technology and whether the carriers will stay on the monopole for 20 years. Thank you.
Just to be clear, Mike, what that is based on is the cap rate analysis of the net operating income from that monopole. Using a 6%, I think I did cap rate, which means about a 16 times multiplier, which is actually pretty conservative in this market right now. They're probably closer to 5 cap rates because cell companies are still viewed as smart money for investors. And so they will buy the pole and the leases that go with it for basically 5% or 6% gain on their money each year over a 20-year period. That's what that is basically looking at, a cap rate analysis, the same analysis they use for general real estate. If you're selling a piece of land with, let's say the Hannaford or something like that on it, they'll look at the NOI, the rent, and they'll say, okay, I'm willing to give you X times that because I'm going to guarantee myself 5 or 6%. It's the same analysis, the same approach. The better scenario now is that we're not selling off usage rights off of our water tower for somebody to basically have to keep going up and down it. Now it is on a separate device entirely, the monopole. And just to be clear, the general language, and I believe this will probably survive the language, on the final signed versions. Removal, restoration, the last sentence, any portions of the communication facility a tenant does not remove within 120 days after the later of the end of the term and cessation of tenant's operations at premises shall be deemed abandoned and owned by landlord and subject to removal by the landlord at the tenant's expense. So that is covered in terms of what you're looking at as the main portion of decommissioning. Yes, you got to crane down a tower if you want to take it down later, but that is not what the main cost you were looking at was, because taking the equipment off is where I think a lot of that gets involved. So it is in there, rest assured, removal, restoration, and these are pretty much consistent across all agreements from what I remember. Anybody else?
Can you clarify something? Can I get another minute?
Not really, because I got Ray Otten raising his hand, so I got to give him an opportunity. If you want to write me a note, though, I'm not averse to note passing from you, though, Ellie. Go ahead, Ray.
Ray Otten, 16 Midwood Avenue. A couple of things. Over on Hyde Boulevard, there are some speed signs that tell you how fast you're going or how slow you're going. And there's a stop sign. And I believe, weren't those supposed to be like temporary when they were put in, or are they going to be there forever?
Yeah, we never went back to do anything with them, so for now, forever.
If there was a suggestion as to where they might also be used, would that be considered by the
stop signs or speed signs?
speed signs?
We always take those recommendations, but we can't put them on Route 50 or Route 67 without authorization from the state.
Thinking of a street that's about 425 feet long, with no parking.
It's possible as we do either rotation or expansion of that program. Right now, we are actually, as Paul said, Paul, you want to talk about the traffic calming analysis after Ray's done? We'll let him finish his comment.
Secondly, I do watch this every week. I'm not here, but I do watch it every week. I go back and usually the next day. I see an awful lot of comments. I read the newspapers, lawsuits because I didn't get something sent to me in a timely manner. And I see a lot of comments that say it would be nice if we had this information. Well, my question is, what are you going to do with all that information that would be coming out from these contracts and all that? What is it that you're looking to do with that information? Not our board, but the people that are not putting their trust in our board to make these decisions for us, even though you're elected. We elected you because we trust you, and that needs to be what we're going to do with you folks. I'm all for asking questions, but getting into the minutia and the detail just doesn't make a lot of sense for me. And lastly, I'm disappointed. Sorry? We put a lot of money into doing an addition on this building. We still don't have a handicap accessible button on the outside of this building to get into it for those of us that can't reach doors like you saw when I was coming in today. Maybe in the next round of budgets, we could figure that in.
I think it might be in one of the phases actually upcoming on it.
It would be great. It would be great. The same thing happened with the Paul Lent building. They got it all done, had the grand opening, and then somebody, well, I said to the sheriff, I go, why isn't there a button on the outside? And he goes, there isn't? So just a thought for those of us that need some help getting into a building, it would be nice to have that out here. Sure. Thank you very much, and I'm glad to see everybody's doing well.
Good to see you. Yeah. Officer, how you doing? Good. Good to see you. Paul, if you want to take it.
Yeah, the village is entering a contract to have analysis done on the traffic flow and pedestrian flow within the village. So over the next few months, there'll be probably traffic counters put out. We'll be talking with residents, looking at difficult intersections, perhaps.
And my concern wasn't, the right-hand turn when it's red. If you have the white hand across Milton Avenue, people whipping down Malta Avenue have a green light, and they don't, they just, you know what I'm talking about.
That's an enforcement mechanism, and we will keep our eye on it. But it basically, as I was saying, we're not going to be probably purchasing any of the speed signs until we see what the recommendations are, because then we're going to have to do a whole world of different signage if, let's say, the speed limit came down village-wide. So then probably in certain streets. We're going to want to watch the 25 if that's what happens with it, like other cities have done and villages have done. Anything I'm forgetting?
No.
Anybody else?
It's an issue on Cutler Street.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyone else? Seeing none? May have stolen your thunder, but we've got other business, including but not limited to board response to public comment. Anything else?
No.
Charlene? Mary?
I'm excited to have the parking schedule in place.
Yeah, I am too. Not because we were trying to ding people or anything like that, but having a vibrant parking stock that has people going in and out is an essential part, especially with downtown, to be effective. And so we'll work with people here a little bit, like I said, for the first couple of weeks of this, but then obviously we're going to have to get a little bit more draconian about it because it's policy there for a reason. And, eventually the PEO cost will be essentially borne by ticket prices in later years, we'll say. But for now, right now we're almost at August, and trying to hire somebody would just not work at this point to catch the summer months hot. So we'll just do it internally for now, and appreciate our police for what they do to make that happen down the line. Having said that, and that was my other business, I see no need for executive session unless you do. And then I will say, can I get a motion to, that the meeting, let me say, can I get a motion that the vouchers be audited and that the meeting be adjourned at 7:45 p.m.
I'll make the motion.
Trustee Price Bush, Trustee Dunkelbarger, discussion. Just want to say, Bernadette says she misses us. She'll be back, I believe, on our next regular meeting. She had some other things at this meeting. Appreciate her showing for the special meeting last week. Beyond that, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Have a good night. We'll see you in August.
I was wondering if you had a,